Damn. Look at that, a perfect egg. The other day, I was walking in the neighborhood and somebody called out to me, Uhuru! I have a job, I have a house that I'm living in and I'm paying rent, you know. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. It's been a long journey, very involving. May your glass be ever full. Na 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 5 years. Hello and welcome to the channel. Welcome here in Umoja. It has been 5 years of creating videos on YouTube. 5 years, half a decade. I still can't believe it. But more on that later. Right now, it's about 8. I woke up very late. I've been really tired. I've been working on a massive video editing project that I still haven't finished. But yeah, it's part of the job. I'm getting closer and closer to finishing this project. But apart from that, I want to make breakfast right now. Yesterday I made some porridge in the evening. The remainder I just left in the sufuria. But right now that porridge is sort of amalgamated. It's in need of rescue. Ladies, how do you rescue a porridge that has sort of solidified like this? Do I pour water in it or do I do? I'm still weighing whether I should have that porridge for breakfast or whether I should go and get some milk and make tea. But yeah, welcome to the episode. This is a special episode, 5 years on YouTube. Let's see how it goes. Guys, I've decided to go for tea. I'm too tired to be stressing about porridge at this time. Also, I've decided it's a special episode. I think I'll have a special English breakfast. That's what they call it. I'm going to buy some milk and then I'll buy bread and then I think I'll buy 2 eggs, you know. I don't know whether I should fry those eggs or I should boil them. I think I'll just boil them because I threw my pan away. My pan was rusting a lot, so I threw it away. So right now I can't make chapo or fry eggs in the house. I need to buy a new pan. So I'll just boil those eggs and then have my English breakfast. I don't know whether that now qualifies to be called an English breakfast. I think the occasion calls for it. So let's get some milk. Tell me a food. I'm back. Let's make breakfast. So I've got here festive latest, some milk. So very quickly. Oh, I forgot to buy eggs. Wewe ujitoka hapa. Kaa huko. Kaa huko. I often struggle with eggs whenever I boil them with the timeline. I don't know if it should be 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 25. There's a video I did a few months ago working as a roadside food vendor, and in that video I was selling eggs and smokies. I worked as a matatu conductor, I worked as a construction laborer, mama mboga. I did many different jobs. Based on that experience, my eggs should be fine. Let's check how they're doing right now. Yeah, so once those eggs are ready, I'll put this breakfast together, have it, and then tell you guys the story of my YouTube channel from the beginning up to now, 5 years later. It's been quite a ride. Right guys, my English breakfast is ready. When I made my street food vendor video selling eggs and smokies, one of the things I really struggled with was getting the egg, deshelling the egg, getting it out of its shell. I remember when I was selling those eggs, customers would come and order an egg and it would take me like 3 or 4 minutes to get the shell off. You know, the way the people that do it, they have one smooth motion that they use to get the shell off. I really struggled with that. Let's see if I can do a better job. It's coming off nicely. Damn. Alright. Let's see. It means I'm a good student. Look at that. A perfect egg. The only thing I need for this is some salt. Let me add a bit of salt to that. Oh yeah. Let me have this breakfast and then talk to you guys. Let me tell you the story of my YouTube channel. So, this is how it all began. I think I need to start from way back so that you guys get a good picture. In 2018, I was working as a customer service representative in Tuskys. You guys know about Tuskys. And I was living in Eldoret. And then in May of 2018, which just happens to be my birthday month, I was fired by Tuskys. My contract ended and it was not renewed. And that ushered in a period of great difficulty. Later on that year, my friend Kanam, you guys, if you've been watching these videos, you've heard about Kanam. I think Kanam has been my friend for over 7 years now, I think. So my friend Kanam at the time was already working for ICA Lion. And when he heard that I had been fired by Tuskys, he said, what are you doing in the house? Why don't you come and join me, become an insurance agent? And so I joined my friend Kanam at ICA Lion and started selling life insurance. And that was even tougher than my job at Tuskys. I sold insurance for a while in Eldoret, never made any particular headway in that, really struggled. And then in April of 2019, close to a year after leaving Tuskys, right, an aunt of mine in Nairobi called me and the conversation went something like this. Hello, I'm your aunt, so and so. I understand that you live in Eldoret and that you're selling insurance there. How is that treating you? And I told her, I'm not doing very well. I'm really struggling. And she said, that insurance company, what's the name of that insurance company you're working for? And I told her ICA Lion. And she told me, why don't you come to Nairobi, stay with me for like 6 months, sell insurance, then find your feet and move out to your place, to your own place. So I told her I'd really love to do that. She told me take a month, think about it, and then if you still want to come, you can come. I took a month. I didn't even really think about it. There was no other option for me at that point. So after a month, I moved in with my aunt in May of 2019. Again, my birthday month, right? That wasn't easy. It's never easy to live with relatives, right? My aunt is a very patient, very nice lady. But I was a 25-year-old man at that point in 2019 when I came to Nairobi. And it's not easy for a man of any age, especially after you've passed 20, 21, 22, 23, it's never easy for a man to stay with any person, whether it's a relative, a friend. At that point, a man starts to get feelings of wanting to be independent, wanting to stand on their own 2 feet. And so it was really a struggle for me. And yeah, I stayed with my aunt for quite some time. I remember when she invited me, she said that I would come, and by 6 months maybe I would have found my feet. But Nairobi ni shamba la mawe, you know? Nairobi ni shamba la mawe, and things never work out the way you plan. So I didn't stay with my aunt for 6 months. I ended up staying with her for 2.5 years, from the age of 25 to 27 and some months. That's a long time. So if you are in your 20s and you're still living with your parents, you're living with a relative, and you're feeling bad about it, man, I lived with my aunt up to the age of 27. So don't give up hope. Just keep believing, just keep trying. Things will work out. Things will work out. Oh, something else I should mention. When I came to live with my aunt in Nairobi, that was the first time I was coming to live in Nairobi. So moving in with my aunt in May of 2019 is the first sort of rolling stone that sets my whole YouTube journey on its path. So I moved in with my aunt, and I tried to sell insurance in Nairobi, mostly doing cold canvassing. Cold canvassing, for those of you that don't know, is when an insurance agent, or any salesman for that matter, walks around with a briefcase and his documents, pops into random offices, and tries to convince people to buy his products. And the problem with that is, whenever you're doing cold canvassing, you don't have an appointment. You know, sometimes people chase you out of their offices. Sometimes guards at the door refuse entry. They ask you, do you have an appointment? If you don't, just leave, you know. You don't feel manly, you know. You feel like a beggar almost at some point. And I remember sometimes I used to walk around with my briefcase selling insurance, and not knowing where to go next, not having any appointments, and also not wanting to sit in my aunt's house, you know, the whole day. I wanted my aunt to see that I was making some effort, so I didn't just want to sit in the house. So I made it a point to wake up every morning and go out to sell insurance, even if I didn't know where I was going. So sometimes I'd walk around and tears would just start coming out from my eyes. I was like, why am I struggling this much? You know, why am I struggling this much? Funny thing is, I used to pass by Uhuru Park on my way to the office, right? And there would be guys sleeping on the grass, you know, some people just sitting around in the grass. And you'd often hear people saying, these are idle people, you know, they are lazy, they have nothing to do, you know. And at some point when selling insurance became so tough, I'd go to Uhuru Park and sit on the grass with those idle people. I became one of them, you know. I'd go to Uhuru Park, just lie on the grass, man. Damn, it was tough. It was tough. I started entertaining the idea of starting a YouTube channel. And the reason for that is my aunt had Wi-Fi in the house. So most of the time, my medium of entertainment was YouTube. And at that time, I was watching Kenyan creators like Miss Trudy, Over 25, Wabosha Maxine, and The Green Calabash. Those are the channels whose content I was consuming a lot. I was thinking to myself, these are Kenyans the way I am, and they've succeeded doing content. Why can't I do the same thing? Why can't I start my own channel and do it? And so I decided to start a YouTube channel in September of 2019. On 14th September 2019, I uploaded my first YouTube video. I didn't have a camera at the time. I used my phone, the Infinix S4 phone. I love this phone. It is what gave birth to this YouTube channel. And so began the chaos. And so began the chaos. Man, nobody watched my videos. I'd get 2 views, 3 views, and most of the time, I know for sure that those views were my own views. Like I would watch my own YouTube videos, you know? No one was watching those videos, man. I can't even watch them right now. They are cringe, you know. This YouTube channel at that time was called Bujab's Dennis. That's my nickname from way back in primary school. You remember those books that we used to have about favorite moments, favorite musicians? It was like a biography or something, and you'd pass it around to your friends. So people would write girlfriends, people would write dedications, favorite songs, and nicknames. So one time that book was going round, there was a girl called Kandirita. And Kandirita was the prettiest girl in the class at the time, and she had made that book and she was passing it around to people. And when it got to me, I was supposed to fill it in, and I noticed a place with the nickname part, and at the time I didn't have a nickname, and I was thinking about which nickname can I put in this book so that I can impress this Kandirita. I thought about it. At the time, I knew there was this Jamaican ganja musician called Buju Banton. And so I took Buju Banton's name, shortened it, and it became Bujabs. So in the nickname place, I wrote Bujabs and gave it to Kandirita. She wasn't even impressed. Kandi wasn't impressed, man. Kandi was too busy dealing with the attention of all these other rich boys, you know. So that was the name of this YouTube channel for a long time. From the very first video I made, I knew that making videos using this phone, the Infinix S4, was not going to cut it. You know, YouTube in 2019 had already become a very competitive landscape. So video quality was one of the metrics that you really had to nail down. From the very first video I knew I'd need either a better phone or a camera. But the challenge and the problem is, of course, as you guys know, cameras are very expensive. But then the solution presented itself to me in a sort of heavenly revelation. What happened is, I was an insurance agent in ICA Lion, and there was a circle, an agent circle in ICA Lion. You see, the thing about being an insurance agent is you are not very creditworthy, you know, because unlike other people in conventional jobs who earn salaries, insurance agents earn commissions, and that is very volatile. I knew some agents who in 1 month they could earn maybe 200,000 Kenyan shillings. The following month they could earn maybe 20,000 or even less. It's that volatile. Banks don't like that. Banks like people whose salaries are, you know, guaranteed. So ICA Lion insurance agents, looking to bypass that, formed their own agent circle. And so I joined that circle with the goal of saving some money to buy a camera. I was saving 2,000 Kenyan shillings, 2,000 Kenyan shillings, 2,000 Kenyan shillings. So it took me quite a while to get to 12 to 13,000. I borrowed a loan. They gave me about 40,000. Then I had to get some money from elsewhere. I remember my aunt gave me 3,000, and then the rest I got from different places. Had the full 50,000 Kenyan shillings. And I didn't even spend a single cent on even a soda. I took the whole amount, went to Cellular Kenya in CBD, it's in Old Mutual Building, 3rd floor, gave them that full amount of money, and they gave me my camera, the Canon M50, which I still use up to today. Let's take stock. What have I put into YouTube and what have I gotten out of it? I've put in 50,000 Kenyan shillings for my camera, 30,000 Kenyan shillings for this laptop, a few tripods here and there. So altogether, I think I've put in about 120 or 130,000 Kenyan shillings in the 5 years that I've been on YouTube. And a huge amount of time as well. And time is also an investment, right? Whereas I could have been, say, an insurance agent up to now, I chose to quit my job in insurance and commit myself fully into being a content creator. There's really no way to put a value to the amount of time that I've put into YouTube. But I feel like what I've gotten out of YouTube sort of outweighs the value in time that I've put into it. The alternative is that up to right now I'd still be an insurance agent because you still have to work, you know, you have to work in the city to earn a living. So for me, I chose this path. And what have I gotten out of it? It didn't come easy. I've sort of, you know, struggled and wrestled with YouTube, and out of it I've sort of got out a career, sort of an economic place in the city. Because when you think about it, I came to Nairobi in 2019. I have a job, I have a house that I'm living in and I'm paying rent, you know. I'm an independent person. I moved out from my aunt's place. I'm standing on my own 2 feet thanks to YouTube, you know. So I've sort of got an economic foothold in the city, the biggest city in Kenya because of YouTube, you know. That's the first thing. The second thing that I've got out of YouTube is skills, you know, videography, number 1, and video editing, number 2. Of course, there are certain other skills like photography, but the main skills that I've gotten out of YouTube is videography, making videos, content creation, and video editing. And these 2 things that I've learned from YouTube sort of reinforce and act as anchors for me in Nairobi. Video editing, for example, is what pays my rent up to today. It is what feeds me in this city. It is what keeps me clothed. It is what puts a roof over my head. And that is because of YouTube. Videography, on the other hand, making content, is my YouTube channel is monetized, and slowly by slowly it's starting to pick up. I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that the money side of my YouTube channel starts to go up. I'm really hoping that it does. Yeah. I look at content creators like Tayo Aina and the life he's been able to create for himself from YouTube, and I get inspired. The other day I saw a notification from Miss Trudy. I bought my father a car and I really got inspired. I was like, Miss Trudy, you know, she started from way down, and YouTube has sort of become this huge thing for her. You know, and I look at these people and I'm inspired, and I get within myself a sense of wanting to go on, wanting to put in the work. The other thing that I feel I've gotten out of YouTube that is priceless is a community, and I feel that I can't put a price to that, you know. Having a community, having people that can take their time and listen to what you have to say. It is a special feeling. It is a special feeling, you know. And this is on a lighter note. The other day I was walking in the neighborhood, and somebody called out to me, "Uhuru!" It was a young man, someone I had never seen before, and I looked at him and he said, "I like the content." And I was like, what? And then I said to myself, I have to start behaving properly, because these people will catch me with my pants down. These people will catch me with my pants down. That is the first time that somebody has recognized me from watching a video that I've made on YouTube. This community that is starting to grow on my YouTube channel is something that I really value. It means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me. If I sort of weigh in value what I've put into YouTube and what I've gotten out of it, what I've gotten out of YouTube is more valuable than what I've put in. I'm waiting on some money that I'm supposed to be getting. Once I get that money, I'm hoping that I'll be able to go out and maybe buy a very cheap glass of wine, you know. I've never had wine in my life. But I'm thinking that because my YouTube channel turned 5 years old, it sort of warrants a glass of wine. A very cheap bottle of wine at about 1,000 shillings. I'm not certain, but I'm sure there should be a bottle of wine that retails at around that price. And toast my YouTube channel, toast you guys, and toast the journey that I've had. I don't drink alcohol. And so even the wine that I'm going to look for, I'm hoping that it will have very little alcohol content. But for this occasion, even if it has a bit of alcohol in it, I'll just take a glass and you know, just toast this process. Inatoa moshi, acha niweke maji. It looks so strange. Does it taste like porridge? It tastes like porridge. But will it fit in a glass?
A few moments later.
Right guys, it's about 5:56, 4 minutes to 6. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's 5:56. And the day is coming to an end. I'm on the rooftop of where I stay. And I want to bring this video to a close. I've got with me a glass of something that I will be using to toast you guys. So like you know, it's been 5 years on YouTube. It's been the biggest project of my life. I want to thank those of you that have been with me from the very beginning. I wish I knew your names. I know about my brother Ronnie. Ronnie is my younger brother who follows me. I think after me, he was the first person to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and he's been supporting ever since. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, Ronnie. And many other people that were with me from the beginning. And I also want to thank all of you guys that have joined the journey recently. The channel is on an upward trend. I'm very grateful for you guys, you know. It's been a long journey, very involving. Some of the times it has been very sad, very difficult. Other times it has given me a lot of fulfillment, a lot of joy. I'm grateful for the journey. So I've got an Irish toast. And it goes like this. May your glass be ever full. May the roof over your head be ever strong. And may you be in heaven half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. This is not very dignified, eh? I look forward to what this channel is going to bring and what it is going to become. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope I don't have any porridge on my lips. If this is your first time to the channel, subscribe to the channel, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and then I'll see you in the next video. Look at that sunset. Let me show you guys some sunset here. Look at that sunset. Huh? Beautiful, right?